Alright guys, it's another weekly forecast 5/18/2020. Alright, so basically at this point, we have been flattened out definitely, but Russia is trying to beat us right now. It just went up to number 2. But the thing is, look at the death rate for Russia. I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's something weird. They might have been using some kind of different treatment, maybe the hydroxychloroquine, maybe, I don't know. But we in the state are fascinated by the remdesivir, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's go to the pro and con. At this point, we don't have anything news on the pro. Except for the third stimulus package, the House just passed that. So beside that, the economy is now open. We'll see how spending gonna go. But that's it. I mean, I don't see any more. If anything, the next thing maybe the fourth stimulus package. But for now, I think everything is kind of like that's it. Unless we make a new low, or or the stock market started dropping again, then we'll see what the Fed gonna be doing. But at this point, I don't see any more good news. But the bad news is racking up right now, and I think within a month or so, the second wave is probably definite at this point, because you got to see all these people going out now. Some of the state is open, and then people just rush to the bar without any mask. It's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, the second wave is this point. I think is definite. It just depend on the time when, and then the only thing that's gonna save this whole mess right now, to be honest, is the vaccine. So right now, I mean, the market, when till we talk, it's kind of like fluctuating between within the range right now, and it wait for either good news or bad news to break down, or to goes up with the good news. Most likely that's gonna be the vaccine at this point. So I mean, at this point, the unemployment went up to 36.5 million now, within like 8 weeks. And then retail sale went down by 16.5%, I believe. And then there's a potential here. Trump and Pence might contract the virus. Penn is right now in some semi-quarantine, and he started to wear a mask now, so we'll see what happened. But one of his close, I'm not sure, worker is tested positive. So within a week or two, maybe they might test positive. We'll see what happened. So at this point, I mean, that's the only right now. At this point, I think within a week from now or two, that if it happened, then the market might go down. But at this point, I don't see anything at this point that can bring the market down yet, until maybe the second wave. But that, I think, gonna be like at least by the end of June, or early July. So we'll see what happens. So we need, for something to go down right now, we're gonna need some kind of news, and then for the market to go up, surpass the range. I don't know. I don't see anything now at this point, unless the vaccine come out. mRNA, they say that by the end of the year they might have a vaccine. We'll see what happens. But for now, I mean, everything is there already, so everything kind of priced in. Okay, so basically that the general fundamental for the market at this point. Okay, and let's take at the technical. So this is the Dow Jones. Okay, so right here, I know some people, like I saw, they say this is a head and shoulder pattern. It's kind of look like a head and shoulder pattern. Usually by the end of a rising wedge, you tend to see a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, but at this point right here, look, it reached the resistance right here, and then, oh my God, what happened? Okay, so basically, I mean, usually with the rising wedge, I mean, I didn't do the rising wedge, but this is the channel that I decided to do instead. So usually one is like 3 breakout, 1 breakout, 2 breakout, and then there are 3 breakout. But it doesn't have to be a high, but it could be a lower high. So at this point, I put in a lower high, and then it went down and broke the channel here, and is it held support at the 50-day moving average, and right here this is the line. I mean, if it goes below this and close below this, I think we might have a downtrend. Okay, but at this point right now, this is the range it's going to fluctuate in, and I think we're probably going to fluctuate in with this week too, unless some news going to come out. We'll see what happened. And what's significant here, when the they broke this channel, the volume, the selling volume just pop up here, but also the buying volume too on the reverse side is also pop up. So I mean, some short might have just weekend and then they just recover. We'll see. But at this point right now, look at this. It make a low here, but this is not intraday. It did not close on a low, but we'll see what happened. As it bounced right back at the 50 days moving average. So unless we broke the support level, then I broke it and close below it, then I think that you're going to have a downtrend. But at this point, it's still this range right here. All right, so that's the Dow Jones. I think everything else is very similar. Same thing here with the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is strong, it's very strong. That's a leading, so it's coming up 1, 2, and this is a short consolidation here, but that's maybe 3. I mean, it could all the way go up here. We'll see. I mean, that could, if you consider this is just 1 break, 2 break, and then there might be a 3rd break up here. And right here is the resistance, and then that is the all-time high. We'll see if we're gonna go up there. I mean, the chances right now, the way the Nasdaq is moving, it's a possibility. It's just crazy. But and the volume here, as you could see here, but this volume is not selling. It's similar, it's a buying volume, and then buying, and then this volume just pop up. So we'll see what happened here, and it's real strong. It held on the 20 days moving average here. All right, so if anything, I don't think the Nasdaq is going to go to this low. If anything, it's probably going to go down here, but we'll see what happens. Depend on the news, and then depend on the second wave. But for the Nasdaq to go below the 250 days, I think it has to be the second wave, and it has to be bad on the data front. All right, but for now, I guess that's it for the Q. The Q probably going to fluctuate here, and we'll see where it goes. This is a big range. It's going to be this range right here. At this point, I think if it's going to break this, then we're going to go up to here. If not, we're going to go down to here. We'll see what happens. But right now, Nasdaq is leading, and look like more volume is coming in for buying. All right, so that's the Nasdaq, and this is IWM. So this is Russell, and this is weak. As you could see here, it's broke. It's close below this. It's created a lower low right now, and then it's broke the upper trend line. Well, it broke the channel. It closed below and bounced back. So this day right here, I mean, this, you could say this is a buy, and buy. So I mean, this might be buying volume here. We'll see what happened, but it did has a lower high here. So 1 breakout, two breakout, and then a lower high, and it make a lower low. So at this point right now, it's quite weak, but we'll see where we're gonna go this week. I mean, but this, and then there's this downtrend line here also. So we'll see if we're gonna go above this downtrend line. Okay, and then I guess this is the high at this point, if whether or not we're going to return to that. So at this point, it's undetermined. We have no man land right now. All right, but it is weak compared to the other index, the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq. Okay, and the IYT, the transportation, is really weak. And it's very similar formation with the IWM, but the volume here, I don't think the volume here is reliable to judge. So because maybe not a lot of people trading it, only 400. Maybe I should not use this index anymore, because with this kind of volume, it's not traded a lot. So I can use the volume as an indicator here. But right now, the way you could look at is weak. It's broke below the channel. It's close below all this. Okay, so it's transportation is definitely weak. All right, so basically, and let's go to the SPY. So this is the most important to me. Okay, so as you can see here, it did not break the channel yet. It did kind of penetrate too. All right, so one break, two break, and this is a lower high, but we'll see if we're going to continue up, because this is the range right now, that to here. Okay, and then we have to, the 50-day moving average, and then we have another support here. But until we close below this channel, below this level, then we're gonna have a possible downtrend. But at this point, the volume kind of elevated a little bit here. The selling, this is buying, so we'll see what happens. At this point, like I say, this week we're probably going to fluctuate in line again, unless there's some bad news or some really good news. But at this point, I don't think there's any good news. Vaccine not gonna, there's no vaccine unless there's some treatment guidelines that that break out where you could take it right away, like the hydroxychloroquine, the study, some new study confirmation. But we'll see what happens. But at this point, I think this week we're gonna just stay in range again, this range. All right, so basically that's it. Thank you for listening to me, and happy trading, guys. That's it. Bye.